Joining us now on the program is one of over 320 charities and nonprofits supported on the Share Detroit platform. Jeri Hunley is the founder and president of Single Family Living and joins us now on the Megacast. Jeri, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate having you on as well. You're the founder and the president of this organization. Just tell us a little bit about the history of this organization and what prompted you to find this nonprofit and provide these services that you provide.
So basically, it's the nonprofit organization is based on my life. I'm a single mom, and at the time when I created it, I was going through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I was pregnant and homeless at the time. And eventually, when I was able to reach out to my family to try to assist me, they gathered around me to do everything they can to try to help me. And I knew from personal experience that a lot of single mothers and single parents didn't have that at the time. And still to this day, they don't have the family or the support system that they need in order to support their families and their children. So when I was able to get off of my feet and basically do everything I can in order to better myself and my children, then I was able to think of different ways and avenues in order for me to help others. Because my personal friend, who was also homeless at the time when I was homeless, she died. When she was pregnant with her unborn child at the time, and she was homeless. So I knew that I wanted to do something, and I knew I wanted to create an impact for other single parents so they wouldn't have to go through all the trials and tribulations that I did. So I created Single Family Living, where we help and support other single parents with that just unconditional love and support and resources. I founded it in 2013, and ever since then, we've grown within the city of Detroit, throughout Wayne County, Macomb County, and Oakland County. So I'm really excited that we've come a long way.
More information can be found on Single Family Living by visiting their website, singlefamilyliving.org, singlefamilyliving.org, or go to sharedetroit.org and look under the Find a Nonprofit section by just searching Single Family Living to find more information. We're joined on the program today by its founder and president, Jeri Hunley, on the Megacast. Jeri, tell us about Single Family Living's 3-tier plan, because as much as you're providing a bunch of services to single families and people affected by being in a single family situation, there's so much to think about that you want to approach it from a variety of different angles, as no situation is one size fits all.
I'm glad you asked that, because it's so important that as single parents, we get the moral support, not only moral support, but also mental health as well. And that's part of our 3-tier plan, is to make sure that we're helping the children, but also we're helping single parents. So the first tier is we're helping the youth. And through the youth, we're equipping them with mentoring, tutoring, also with STEM programs and literacy programs. The second tier is that we're assisting the parents to help them overcome functional literacy. Just because a lot of families are struggling with reading doesn't mean that they don't know how to read. They're suffering from functional literacy. In addition, the 3rd-tier plan is that mental health is for certain communities and cultures is considered to be taboo. And we want to try to break those barriers with mental health and providing awareness, in addition to strengthening affordable housing and any type of housing development that we're trying to work with the city of Detroit to create what is now really hard to find affordable housing for single parents. At this time, they're considerably becoming homeless.
We're joined by Jeri Hunley on today's edition of the Megacast. She is the founder and the president of Single Family Living. More information can be found on their website, singlefamilyliving.org. Information on resources, programs, their initiatives, ways you can also get involved as a volunteer, and certainly by supporting their efforts through donations. Singlefamilyliving.org, or you can find them as well on Share Detroit's website at sharedetroit.org. And Jeri, single family situations have a variety of different origin points. Sometimes it's from the jump, and sometimes it's something that happens in process of parenting. It could be years in, whether it be a tragedy in the family or simply just divorce can put parents and put these kids in these situations where they're living in a single family home or single family home environments as well. So who qualifies for these programs and initiatives that you're providing, and how do they typically get in contact with you, as reaching out for help and finding those resources can often be pretty tough?
Yeah, definitely. Basically, we are referral based. A lot of the families that we help are referrals. And because we go into the different schools and we have a relationship that we build with school administration and also with social workers, a lot of the resources that we have share is through the school base. So, we also work with and collaborate with other organizations within the 3 counties that I stayed at, Oakland, Macomb, and Wayne. So definitely, if you or your child is in need, we definitely would love to hear from you. You can go on our website, singlefamilyliving.org, and reach out to us or contact us through email at info@singlefamily.org. But we definitely don't have a problem with assisting single parents. How they are qualified is that just be a single parent. Whether you are a single mom, a single dad, or a single grandfather, grandmother, as long as you are providing resources and you are a guardian of a child that's under 18, and you will have under resource, then we'll be able to try to assist you and try to help you with whatever you need. In addition to that, we provide human services support as well, clothes, books, free books, also any type of mentoring and tutoring sessions for STEM programs within the school systems. So we are always trying to figure out different avenues to try to help the single parents.
More information, again, can be found singlefamilyliving.org, singlefamilyliving.org. When these parents do reach out and when they do get in contact with Single Family Living, how do you and your organization approach supporting these families? Because as we mentioned previously, there are so many different circumstances under which someone becomes a single parent or a family ends up in a single parent situation. So how does that support begin, and then where does it go from there?
Well, it basically begins with our caseworkers. Our caseworkers is the first line of communication. And they begin with asking the most important information about them and their kids. And it's confidential information that help us identify the resources, what type of resources that they need from their homes. And it's basically a customized program specifically gathered around what that particular family needs. So, say for instance, they call in and they need help with clothing, and then on top of that, a parent just needs help with finding resources of how to get back into the school and finish college. Then we try to figure out a way and create goals to help that single parent, or if they need any type of resources to help their child get back on track at their schools, then we reach out to that school that the child goes to, and we try to work with the school system to assist the child. So it is basically a customized program. It's not a one size fit all for a particular family, because each family is unique that we help.
More information, again, can be found in as well as ways you can get in contact with Jeri and the team at Single Family Living by going to singlefamilyliving.org. We're going to sharedetroit.org as well, and searching for Single Family Living under their Find a Nonprofit section. Jeri, you mentioned that the organization, you founded it in 2013. Certainly over the last few years, we've seen the world change in a variety of different ways, and it's definitely impacted our parents. And I would imagine that is fivefold, tenfold, or more for our single families. How did COVID-19 impact both your organization, but also the ways that you need to interact with these single parents and these families that are under a single parent situation to help them through what we're all going through in this world right now, but certainly under much different circumstances for them?
I would say that's an excellent question. So the pandemic was rough. It was really, really rough for not only for a lot of families, organizations, and nonprofits, but especially single parents. There was an abundance of calls and emails. We got at least 200 emails daily from single parents all over Michigan, and including other states, stating that they needed help, that they lost their jobs, they're the only provider for their family, and if they don't get the help that they need, then they're gonna be homeless within maybe a week or two, which was heartbreaking. And because there's only so much that we can do as a nonprofit organization. So we found ourselves as a nonprofit organization reaching out more to other organizations and finding ourselves collaborating with other organizations within Michigan and also through other states as well, to try to find the resources for single parents. I say the biggest thing right now that has carried over to from the pandemic is the post-pandemic traumatic situation, where it's mental health problems from loss that the children and the family is receiving. And then not only that, it's finding affordable housing. What is that considered to be now? Is it affordable anymore? So that's some of the questions that we're being asked, and trying to find affordable housing for a single family is like finding a needle in a haystack, unfortunately. So those are some of the things that we're still dealing with and have dealt with from the pandemic.
In terms of volunteers and certainly of donations financially and other resources as well, what are the greatest needs for single family living at this time?
The greatest need is donations, is financial donations, because we use those funds in order to support single parents and single parent homes with scholarships for daycare, because daycare has skyrocketed. Everything is skyrocketing at this time, and everybody's blaming it on the pandemic. And this one of the big things that we are definitely in need is funding, so we can provide rent, 1 month rent for a single family to prevent them from being homeless, or maybe just to help them get the food that they need, because majority of the single parents do not qualify for any type of state funding. Regardless of what type of myth that society has displayed on single parents, they don't qualify for funding. Majority of the time, they're looking for single parents is looking for just a hand up, so they can help themselves out of the situation. And so that's one of the biggest things. And then the second thing that we definitely need is volunteers. We noticed that there was a huge decline in volunteers that was basically supporting us in different communities. And we really are in need of the volunteers as well.
Again, more information can be found, including on ways you can volunteer and certainly how you can donate to the organization by visiting singlefamilyliving.org. Singlefamilyliving.org is their website. You can also go and get more information by visiting sharedetroit.org. Sharedetroit.org for more information too. And again, their website, singlefamilyliving.org. Jeri, before we let you go, any other information that would be important for our audience to consider about single family living, or anything you'd like to say to those that are in a single parent situation right now that may be in need of support?
Yes, I actually have a lot to say, but to cut it short, one of the projects that we're working on is definitely helping with community development for single families throughout the Tri-County area. And another thing that we're working on for the children in the school systems is a mobile learning center that we can go from one hub to another hub to try to help them with STEM education, and basically build up those reading levels and math levels and science scores that has been traumatically down since the pandemic. And what I would personally say to the families that are struggling, keep trying, and keep trying to reach out to organizations, because we're out here fighting for you guys, and we are making sure that we try to support as many families as we can, and we're all, as nonprofit organizations, are collaborating with each other so we can help as many families as possible. And I appreciate you guys giving me the platform to share our resources to our families.
We appreciate having you on, Jeri, as well, and telling us more about these resources, and certainly thanking you for the service that you and your organization and your volunteers especially are providing to these individuals and to these single parent families as well. Jeri, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.